Sex offender?
No, in high school he lived next door to a registered sex offender, and it was just an old man. And what happened was he went out to get his newspaper in his robe, and his robe came open in front of came open. No one knows if he just opened his robe and was like, "Hi, here's my dick," or his robe just accidentally opened while he was in his own driveway. And there was a little a couple little girls playing in the cul-de-sac, and when told their parents were like, "Oh my god, this old man exposed himself to our children." They're gonna be severely damaged because they saw some old wrinkly penis. First of all, those people need to calm down. Second of all, this guy, didn't really interact with him that much, but he seemed nice. And so what if you showed some kids his dick? He doesn't deserve to be branded for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
I'm still hung up on, here's my dick. This is amusing to me, make it amusing to you, or is it like a fencing, Hungar?
Have you seen that prank where that guy, he's wearing shorts and a shirt, but he has a robe, and he runs onto a playground and opens up his robe, but his shirt just says stuff like "Don't do drugs and stay in school."
Oh no, I haven't seen that. That's
it's pretty funny. It is pretty good. One mom's trying to throw a purse at him, and she reads it, and then it's just but also it's a very dangerous prank to play because
yeah.
Stay in school.
A socially conscious message.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like those old commercials, honesty, pass it on.
Yeah.
Their marketing just got way weirder.
Or milk, it's good for you or whatever.
Yeah. Got milk.
Got milk, yeah. Mark, you look like a flasher. How would you do it?
If I had to?
You know what? Now that you said he looks like a flasher, I could see it.
Yeah, no, you could definitely see it. Oh, it was more of a streaker, not a flasher.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's how it starts. You streak,
I feel like that's a lot more.
And you get the rush.
You streak. It's an extended. It's like an extended.
The psychological.
It's like an extended window of nudity, but flashing, I feel like it's very selective.
I do sticking my finger through my zipper and hey,
you would be one of those people. I think flashing. There's a particular target, and it's exhilarating because you want them to see. But I think the streaking depends on where it's at. If it's at night where your friends "Oh, I bet you won't go streaking down the street," you're like, "Woo," because it's exciting that you might get seen. And then there are people who do it. I got football games and stuff like that who intentionally want to.
Yeah, it's oh, everyone's gonna see me. It's no, I want this specific targeted person to see me naked.
This is for you.
This is for you specifically.
And then you scar them for life.
Exactly. I wouldn't really be scarred if someone flashed me though, but then again, I'm not really the target audience for flashing. This is a weird conversation.
Yeah.
How do we get on this again?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
We'll
listen to the recording and analyze. Let's see what else is going on.
My mic smells a little bit funnier now than since we started.
No, mine smells good. I'm not putting my mouth all up on it. I was kind of at first because I'm used to doing Daniel's podcast and you have to be like this, but then some other podcasts you could just be like this.
I mean, we can always turn up the gain and clean up the interference, so it's not that big of a deal.
Ooh, somebody's an engineer.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I learned that from YouTube.
Actually learned. I can't remember what gain is. It's something about.
All I know is gain
it's a nice smelling detergent.
No, it's the range of frequencies you can receive. Is that right? No, that's I'm uneducated here, so.
Well, see, on a guitar amp, whenever I turn up the gain, it makes it sound more metally. It's that, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it gives it more. So I don't know how to pronounce. I don't not know how to pronounce it. I don't know how to turn that into technical terms of what gain actually is.
Right. Well, is what I said completely wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It sounded like he was gonna say kind of close, but then he's like, no, it's wrong completely.
No, I'm sure that's somewhere right or correct. I just know gain makes it louder.
Okay, so yeah, you're the technical expert here.
Yeah.
Huh.
The noise.
My roommate just left me a minute voicemail, and it's just sounds.
Oh jeez. Oh, butt dial?
I don't know.
How's work going?
I'm not gonna say where I work, but it's going all right, I guess. I mean, it's an easy enough job. It's just annoying.
You do, right?
I transport patients in a hospital.
Okay.
Back and forth, just very annoying because there's 2 parts to it and it's connected by a sky bridge, and it's always just like, oh, you're done with this patient, go back to this side and then bring them back to this side and then this side and then back and forth, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so annoying. I have I put a step counter on my phone and I average about 7 to 8 miles a day just walking per shift, and it's just like, yeah, and I'm still fat because I eat like shit. Like, I can never go to Chick-fil-A and only get 1 entree. I always get 2.
Okay. That's a good example.
But it's healthy because it's made with peanut oil.
Peanut oil, yeah.
Yummy.
I don't think that makes it healthy.
It smells like vanilla.
Oil. It's oil.
Yeah,
so
it's oil.
It's fried. That's all we need to know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I want to make a restaurant where everything's grilled and then fried. And people are like, can I get the grilled chicken? And then can I fry it? Oh, yeah, it was grilled at first, but I mean, we all know it tastes better fried. So let's not kid ourselves here.
That's gross to think about. Just thinking about food right now is kind of gross. I don't know. I had a great meal.
Because you're full?
I can eat again.
What'd you eat?
Right now.
What did you eat?
Oh, I got a.
You got like the Japanese Lunchable.
No, I got like
a bento box.
Yeah, I got. Well, it wasn't a bento box. It was a dinner box because bento in Japanese apparently means lunch. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. That's
But it was essentially like a bento.
Yeah, it was like that, but like for dinner, and so it was like fresh fruit, some rice, some seaweed salad, some like sashimi, and some teriyaki shrimp. And then like
sounds good.
Yeah, and then like some tempura vegetables, and oh man, it was bomb.
Mark, what did you order?
General Tso's chicken.
Yeah,
nice.
2 egg rolls.
We discussed ad nauseum the legend of General Tso.
There's a great documentary on Netflix called In Search of General Tso, and it's super dope. It is a really good documentary. It's all about like the history of Chinese food in America and stuff like that, and whatnot. Like, well, it starts off with them trying to find out who General Tso was, and they're like, oh, well, let's do this, and then they start like interviewing people like Chinese restaurants in America and like the culture behind it and who started it, and like apparently one Japanese, sorry, that was really messed up with me. Chinese restaurant guy.
That's okay.
He essentially invented chicken nuggets that McDonald's uses, and they pretty much stole the idea from him, from what it seems like. So it's pretty dope. I would recommend it. Let me see if that's the correct title, because
I think that's right. I've seen it on Netflix before. But there actually was a General Tso. Mark and I talked about this at the bar. And it's a very, very cool story. Do you know the legend of General Tso?
Not at all.
Yeah, do you remember?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So back in 1885.
1885.
1985. That was like 30
there was
plus
a
years ago.
skirmish in the hills of the Punjab region.
That's India.
And this guy was there, and he had chicken, and they didn't want to eat pork or beef because, the thing.
Okay, so far so good.
And
what thing?
They were like, oh, put this in your chicken, and he did, and that's the end of the story.
Okay, no, you fucked it all up.
I feel like I got the gist of it.
No, not even close.
Like
wait, what region did you say?
Punjab.
Punjab?
Which
That's
is in India.
Indian. Okay, I thought that was a sexual term for not a sexual term. I thought it was like an innuendo for something.
I just want to apologize for wasting everyone's 10 seconds with that.
It's fine, man.
Stuttering.
No, you did
blubbering rant.
That was
not even a rant.
It was a fine story, but
just complete retardation.
The actual legend of General Tso goes like this. So General Tso.
Wait, is he a legend if he's real?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, he became legendary.
Gotcha.
Through his
You're gonna
actions.
have to rap it. Can you rap it, please?
I don't know if I can rhyme it, but I can say it with a little bit of rhythm.
It's all right.
General Tso was a general in China, and he did stuff, and he had a bunch of dudes, but not that many dudes, only a few hundred. And he was in his castle, and he was like, let's keep this castle. And then there were some thousands of enemies, And he's like, fuck these enemies. But we don't have that many dudes. And all those dudes were scared. They said, General Tsao, how are we going to beat all these dudes? And General Tsao said, worry not, my men. I have a plan. But all you guys need to hide. And so they all hid. And General Tsao went out in front of his castle and sat on the fence on the boundary of his property, his land.
This where he's like playing the flute.
And then he saw the thousands of enemies approaching, and General Tsao just sat there on the fence by himself, playing a lute, playing a nice little tune. And all the enemies thought, holy shit, this guy's pretty crazy. This must be a trap. And so they all retreated. And that's how General Tsao saved his own castle and saved his few hundred men from thousands and thousands of enemies.
Okay, I've heard that before, but I've heard it in different contexts.
Yeah, it was General Tsao.
Oh, that's cool. That sounded really sarcastic, but no, that was legitimate.
Cool,
no, that's really cool. But there's this book I read back in junior high, and it had to do with Asian culture. It was a fictional book, and obviously it was very exaggeration. And one guy was talking about a general who did that, a warrior who did that and stuff. So
General Tsao.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so now he's immortalized forever in chicken. Yeah.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I don't know. Who cares?
I'm super confused. What is the nice
story's great? The chicken's great. Who?
Chili paste?
No one gives a shit now.
Chicken.
I really like. What do I like? I got tired of orange chicken.
Yeah.
I like teriyaki. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Who's General Teriyaki? I'm just kidding. He was the opposing army general to General Tsao.
He was the guy that fell for the trick. He's also been immortalized in chicken form.
It wasn't actually it wasn't actually General Teriyaki. It was
here's what happened with General Teriyaki.
Okay.
His real name wasn't even General Teriyaki. He was Commander Chin. And his army of thousands come back, and his 3 top guys. He's like,
you can do it, man.
He's like, Tear, Yuck, what are y'all doing back here? Where?
What are you doing back?
What happened? And he's like, the General Tsao was playing a lute, and I think it was a trap, so we came back. But also, we found these really good spices on the way home, and we made some new chicken dish for you. Hey. And so then he combined their names together and spread the love of teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki.
I feel like people aren't going to believe your story as much, George, unfortunately, because I wasn't beatboxing behind it. I feel like I took away some of the merit.
What was the other one? Okay.
Back over.
But also, apparently, American Chinese food is a big thing in China. People are opening restaurants and making the Chinese food that they make here over there.
Interesting. Have you guys heard the story behind Mugu Gaipan?
No.
So Mugu is actually Chinese for wolf, and Gai is Chinese for chicken, and Pan is Chinese for grain. Okay, and it's the story of the farmer who had a wolf, a chicken, and grain, and a boat, and he had to transfer them all across the river together, but he could only take one at a time, or 2 at a time, and obviously you had to be very careful, because if you put the Mugu and the Gai in the boat together, the Mugu is going to eat the Gai because wolves eat chicken, and so it was just a classic puzzle situation. Okay, and so the farmer says, okay, I'm going to have to put, and you can't leave the chicken with the grain either, because the chicken would eat the grain, and so at any point on either shore or in the boat, you can't leave these certain things together, or you just lose it. And so the farmer has to take the mugu and the pan across the river together. It's the wolf and hey, what are you guys up to?
You want to do the story about mugu guy pan?
See you later.
Oh, sweet, cool.
Love you, buddy.
She,
Okay, I got really excited because she was walking out the room. I was like, all right, this chick's pretty hot. And then she kind of stormed off too fast. So.
He went out the front door, I think.
Oh, mine. You want me to move? Which one? The silver one? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Should I go move my car?
Maybe.
I'll be back.
know.
I'm gonna go move my car.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with him. Oh, don't be.
I'm a little bit perturbed. We have a car conundrum. People.
Oh man, yeah,
get them
classic
sorted.
car conundrum. Which is
Most
it's essentially the same puzzle as the Mugu Guy Pan situation. I don't know. It's something where he takes like the wolf and the grain over together. He puts the grain on the shore, or no, he puts the wolf on the. No, that doesn't fucking work. No, oh man, there's no way to solve this puzzle.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. I don't
All right.
know how
Well,
it goes.
in the spirit of uneducated statements,
Did you look it up?
no, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, because
I'm
that's
not
one of the
gonna look
ground
it up.
rules. You're not allowed to look
Yeah.
anything up.
No.
Especially not racial slurs for Native Americans.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Don't do that either.
You mean like the Washington Redskins?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
I guess there's a problem with that.
Yeah, there's a big problem with it. People are like, oh, it was part of history. Okay, dude. It's not like what if somebody was like
Was like
what if somebody from the South named their team the Plantation Negroes? You'd be super pissed off and be unacceptable.
an NBA
mean,
team the
Fucking Robstown.
Oh, cotton pickers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a point of pride for them. They're like, yeah, it was where we started in the fields, and now we've made it to the top.
I mean, I
To the other
kind
field.
of get that,
the
but
other field, the better field.
it's not like a bunch of Native Americans got together and were like, let's make a NFL team called the Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
Also, I'm pretty sure Native Americans weren't very prevalent in the Washington D.C. area back in the
They
day.
might have. They're all over.
I mean, there probably was a tribe, but
But
there weren't that many.
yeah, but
you know what I mean?
but-
'Cause, that's
wasn't
not
their
where
thing.
Buffalo gathered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of tribes didn't generally stay in one place. They kind of
Mhm.
moved around a lot.
Yeah, they were
so-
nomadic, but still,
Pretty dope.
yeah.
Also, that's why the whole Black Hills is a whole thing of controversy because what happened there is where the Crow and the Sioux Indians
Oh,
they kind of clumped them up together like the U.S. government did, and they're like, no, this is not cool because we're
enemies.
not the same. Yeah, we're not the
Yeah.
same people.
You're all
And stuff like
right.
that. But the Black Hills is their origin. That's where it's mythical to them. That's
right.
where all the power.
Yeah,
and
it's the
life
promised land.
yeah,
Or
originated
I
from.
mean, that's not the exact verbiage, but
Yeah.
it's the equivalent. It's I'm changing the wording, but did I talk about my story about the Crow Indians last time?
No, you have a story about the Crow Indians?
I did not
Are
do
the
that.
Crow Native Americans
No.
to be correct about it?
No, my the Native Americans. My roommate in college, same one who has that guitar, from Montana. His family owns quite a bit of land for farming, and they I can't remember if the term is rent or lease from the Crow Indian reservation there in Montana. And I've heard some really interesting stories out of there, and one of them, the one I saw personally, and so that's why I will tell this one because I saw it happen, was my roommate and I, we were hanging out at his neighbor's farm, place, situation, whatever, which of course was 12, 15 miles up the road.
Yeah.
And we were up there, and we hear this kind of this thud, this crash sound in the distance, and then there is these two little Native American kids show up at this guy's door, and they knock on the door, and we open it, and it's the middle of winter in Montana, so it's cold as fuck, and these little Native American kids have no shoes on, no nothing, and they say, our dad just crashed our van. We need some help. Can you help us? And we we all go out there, and it was this minivan that had taken a turn too quickly and flipped over and hit a telephone pole, broke the telephone pole, and it was a mom and a dad, and then these two kids, and the mom and dad were fucked up, and there was a bunch of empty bottles of twisted tea in the front part of the van, and so obviously they sent these kids to go get help because they were they were the only sober ones, and it was the middle of winter, the kids didn't have shoes or socks or anything, but they had enough money to get drunk and drive, and it was really fucked up. This is a bad story. Kind of a bummer. Let's change the subject.
I hope those kids make good use of their free college tuition.
Yeah, I hope so. Let's hope that they're more educated than we are.
Yeah, I mean,
Just kidding. They're not gonna go to college.
I want to be a history major, but it's also just man, it's so unfortunate what happened to the Native Americans here. It's
sure.
It's this whole country yours. Here's a couple of thousand acres. This is where I live now and stuff like that. And it's they try to make up with college and stuff like that. But even then, conditions on the reservations aren't.
Well, even stuff like oh well, you're taking away our hunting lands. Okay, well here's a bunch of flour. Well, the Native Americans never had flour introduced into their diet before, and they're used to eating corn and pure protein from animals. And as soon as they were introduced to flour, boom, a lot of them became obese. They can't, their bodies couldn't process it, and it's kind of the same thing with alcohol, genetically, and I'm kind of talking out of my ass as usual.
Uneducated statements.
Yeah, in accordance with the podcast here. Genetically, Native Americans are less inclined to be able to process alcohol than other people. No, I'm not being racist. I'm trying to I'm trying to speak it. I don't know. I'm trying to say the right things.
Well established fact, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it is a stereotype, but it's genetically backed up.
Yeah.
As far as I know, which I could be wrong, but that's fine. I don't know. Why are we talking about this?
I don't know. I
That's a good question.
To get that post podcast, and I felt like that would have done a lot better for us as a challenge.
Wait, what was the name?
Get That Puss.
Get That Puss podcast. Yeah. Well, none of us ever do that, so
yeah,
it would be just a podcast about nothing.
You got the Jew looking dude, the normal looking, really geeky guy.
Yeah, that's
Andy.
Yeah, whatever
And
my
our
name
guest.
And whatever your name
today.
is, John. And me, this fat, overly confident but self-hating Mexican who outwardly jokes about suicide but is really kind of depressed on the inside.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Not really.
Yeah.
Hey man, I just want to let you know that I love you. Oh man, this is why I wanted to have you on the podcast. I actually matched with one of your friends on Tinder, and I messaged her, and let's read the
show me who it is. Let's not say the name, but I really want to see who it is.
Well, I mean, we could say the name because she's not gonna fucking listen to this.
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're the best at
coming up with names for disguises for people.
Let's see. Yeah, this is a gal.
Oh man.
Do you know her well?
Not okay. Can I read that conversation?
No, I'm gonna read it out loud for the podcast. So I matched with one of George's friends on Tinder. Kind of interesting.
I'll tell you more about them after we're done.
Cool. Yeah, no, this will be good for the podcast. I decided to have some fun with it, because she's friends with George, and George and I always joke around because we're both comedians.
Yeah.
And so I messaged his friend and I say, "Can I trust you with a secret?" And she says, "If it's a good secret." And I say,
I love this already.
and I say, "I'm in love with George Delgado. What should I do?
Oh God. Okay, continue.
And she says, maybe you should express that to him instead of me. And, you know, I'm kind of scrambling here. And I say, oh, I'm totally kidding. I don't know how well you know him. I just saw that he was a mutual friend. Haha. And she says, okay, I was about to unmatch you real fast. Haha. And I say, wow, sorry my love for George is unattractive. Anyways, I'll stop being dumb. Tell me more about yourself. Like, I really give a shit. But
That's incredible.
anyways, tell me about
I
this.
might see them tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll tell you about her off the podcast if that's all right. Just because there's names I don't want to.
Well, her name's Ricardo.
Okay,
So-
her name's Ricardo.
And her friend's name, Timothy.
Haven't we already used Timothy?
I was Timothy.
No.
I was
Oh,
Thomas.
Okay,
last night.
Ricardo, Hector, and Jesus.
Okay.
Wait, who's Hector and Jesus?
Okay, I'll explain. Ricardo and Hector used to date.
Okay.
Wait, is Hector a dude or a girl in this
Hector is a.
name swap?
Oh, are we have to do opposite names?
I guess it would. I don't know. It doesn't. It's
Okay.
completely arbitrary.
No. Okay. So then, so boy names will go to the girls. Girl names will go to the boys. All right. So Ricardo is the person he matched with. Helen, I'll go with Helen again. Helen and Ricardo used to date, and then they broke up. Or Helen broke up with Ricardo, and Ricardo took it real bad.
Oh, jeez. So
And
Ricardo's damaged goods now.
not too damaged. I think she bounced back pretty well now from
Okay.
what I've seen.
Sweet.
But we all go to the same place once a week.
So church.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, I don't want to say church because people would be like,
You're not
if,
saying
and
what
just in case
church.
my friends listen to this,
Yeah, okay.
Oh, let's change it from
Uh,
church to a synagogue.
Synagogue.
a
Yeah,
bar. We go to the same bar
You go to the same bar every Sunday.
every
That's a lot more opposite. Okay.
every week. But apparently Ricardo took it real bad, and then they broke up. Well, she took it bad after they broke up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Helen started dating Hector. We'll change the other name, Jesus, to Hector.
Okay.
So Helen started dating Hector,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to keep it secret in fear of Ricardo.
Oh, because they didn't want to hurt
acting out.
Ricardo's feelings.
Yeah,
I understand.
because Hector and Ricardo were friends too.
Oh shit.
But yeah, it was really weird. It was really awkward situations from what I heard.
God, what is this like? Is this like a I don't know, like a preteen like soap opera? What's going
Right?
on?
It's like
love
it's like
triangles.
Degrassi.
Yeah. I wanted to say Degrassi, but I haven't actually watched that show, so I didn't want to
Oh,
make
man.
a reference out of my ass.
Low key big fan of Degrassi.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm really obsessed with the period from like early 2000s. I don't know why.
Okay.
Like I love looking up like early 2000s fashion, just laughing at it. Just like
Yeah,
early
Frosted
2000s
Tips
movie.
and,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know why. It just I love it. It's just so weird.
Members only jackets were still kind of in. Like,
That's
I don't know.
hilarious. I don't know what it is. Like, oh my goodness, I love seeing. I love early 2000s music like Silverstein and like Armor for Sleep, and like seeing like the way they dress like in those music videos. Like I was watching a music video about Taking Back Sunday the other day, and it was just like, oh my goodness, this is. I don't know why this is just so fascinating to me.
Mark, what do you remember about the early 2000s?
I really don't remember much.
I remember 9/11. No, early 2000s. I remember fucking PS2.
Yes, PS2.
PS2.
I had an Xbox.
Oh well, you're
You had an Xbox in like the early 2000s.
white
like,
privilege, am I
2001,
right?
2002.
When PS2 came out, that's no.
No,
Yeah, PS2 and
Xbox was like a few years later.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. I feel like they launched around the same
I
time.
had
didn't
an
they?
Xbox. Ooh.
No, Xbox was like 2003.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
early
pretty sure
2000s.
PS2 was like 2000, 2001.
Let me see. Hold on.
I don't know. I didn't have a. I was on fucking Super Nintendo until I think like 2001.
Oh man, my the first game system I had was PS1. We got a great game system. Still love it. The only reason I got a PS2 is because, well, I actually never owned a PS2 growing up, but that's actually like my best friend's PS2.
No, Xbox had to have come out in like 2000, 2001 because that's when like Halo came out, the first one.
I remember it coming out like.
Well, Halo 2 came
I
out
remember playing Halo 1
in 2004.
Yeah,
2004 is when Halo 2 came out.
Really?
Yeah.
So Halo 1 came out in 2001.
There you go.
But
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So third grade I was 8, and that was 2001. And then fourth grade, I didn't have a Xbox until 6th grade, so that would be 2003, 4.
I remember having
And that's the first time playing Halo 1, and I remember like playing through it for a while, and then Halo 2 came out when I was in 7th grade, so 2005.
I remember
Whatever.
Yeah, my first game system was a Sega, I think, from what I remember.
I don't know.
And then I remember I had a Nintendo 64, and then I got a Game Boy. Then I got a PS1. Dino Crisis 2 was the shit.
Wait, what?
Dino Crisis 2?
Dino Crisis?
Dino Crisis. It's like a time-traveling game where you go back in time. Yeah. So basically, people went back in time to start, like, the civilization, and stuff goes wrong, and you got to go back in time to, like, save people or whatever the hell.
Interesting.
And it was a super cool game. It was like the old Resident Evil games, like, you know how like it was like Central and you'd walk
Don't
around.
even get me started on the old Resident Evil games.
Resident Evil 2, man, that was the shit.
Fucking stop.
Sorry.
I have a boner.
And then what else? Oh, other things out of the early 2000s, really shitty music videos to like Linkin Park songs to like Halo videos and like Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Yeah, AMV videos.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Yeah. Oh my god. Mark, what?
Wait. What were they called?
AMVs. Like
AMVs.
Animated music videos.
Oh yeah, AMVs, man. I finally learned the term after all these years.
Super nerdy shit. Yeah, and the worst is when like people like when you're like looking for like a specific anime thing on YouTube, and they're like, oh yeah, like Evanescence, Wake Me Up Inside, you know, Gundam.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh okay. You're like, and like it's a screen cap like from the episode, and you're like, this is what I want to look at, and then you click on it, and it's like, wake me up inside, and then there's like robots fighting. And you're like, this is just like a mismatch of things, and like if someone saw me looking at this, I would be super embarrassed, and I don't like it. I don't know. It's a lot to deal with.
I remember early 2000s, Newgrounds and E-Bombs World.
Oh yeah, I only ever went on Newgrounds, but I didn't ever use E-Bombs World because I thought that was like too edgy, like, you know, too risque.
But like they stole all their shit. Like that's their whole thing. Like,
well, yeah, I know, yeah. I know that now, but
E-Bombs World. I think I only really watched like the Numa video because like that's where they had it.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure they stole.
Oh, I miss YouTube Golden Age, like the Gopher, Sneezing Panda, Numa, Chocolate Rain. Remember?
Oh my God, Chocolate Rain.
Chocolate Rain. Some say dry, others feel the pain. Chocolate Rain. Good stuff.
Oh my God. I think that guy's like a professional singer now. But
really?
He does it in like
yeah, Tay Zonday, whatever his name is. He did a Dr. Pepper commercial.
Yeah, but but other than that, he sings in a very obscure part of like area of music, like the music world that like people don't really like pay attention to. I think maybe opera or something similar. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you can do like conventions like.
Is this in like an AMV? To, like,
yes.
some Halo shit.
Yes.
Oh my God. How long have we been recording?
Like an hour.
I think it's been an hour 20 maybe.
Mm.
Oh, we've been doing this for a while actually. Are we tired?
Why? What do people think is gonna be like? Yo, you know it's gonna be super fucking dope. All my saved Halo matches with Linkin motherfucking Park. Like,
Yeah, you know what people are gonna like
What if
really
we had
be
to kill
psyched
Delgado,
about?
though?
Me like 360 no scoping people like with Linkin Park in the background.
I'm gonna get so much puss. Like, people have to be super serious to make it. Like, editing videos takes forever.
Yeah, and that's just like a whole nother level of like intensity, like to a video game, which like I'm not okay with. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not okay with people taking like a game that seriously.
Yeah.
Like
People.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, I know. Like, why are we watching the Pro Tour right now?
Are we still watching?
Oh my goodness.
No, the stream's still dead.
Good.
The thing,
It's bullshit.
one of the most prominent ones I remember is it was a sorry. Linkin Park. I forgot which song from Hybrid Theory, their best album.
Great album.
And it was like all the Halo 1 cutscenes. And my brother used to watch thinking it was so cool. And I don't know why. I love them and I hate them at the same time. You know what I mean?
I think part of the reason I liked Linkin Park so much was the fact that I knew that my parents hated them.
Oh, really?
But like I bought the CDs, from like money I got like mowing lawns or whatever. And like when I was driving with my parents, I would whittle them down and I like slowly convince them and be like, yeah, let me put on Linkin Park on the CD player. They'd be like, oh, like okay, fine. And I put it on, and I know they hate it. I know they hated it so much. They were like,
That's
"This is just."
so funny.
They were like, "This is just noise. Like this is terrible."
Not even like he would sing and then there was like rapping. Like it was a more sophisticated style of rock.
No, I mean, like you can't say that that's like super appealing music. Like
Yeah, no. I get it, but it's not like you're listening to like deathcore and like
Yeah, that's
Norwegian
true.
black metal. You know what I mean?
But like I'd put it up and it'd
Words
be,
like the whole time. You know?
I don't know. I'd put it on and it'd be like, oh god, what's the Linkin Park song?
Numb. All right.
Paper Cut or whatever.
Paper Cut. What about Bleed It Out?
Bleed it out just to make it end the way. To bleed it out to the.
And then
What about that Linkin Park Jay-Z mashup album?
That was like one track, I think.
No, it was
And
a
then-
couple. It was Numb. It was
do you remember Mike Shinoda's solo stuff? Like 15% will, 20%
Minor?
luck. For minor, there you go.
Yeah.
100% concentrated
Hey,
power
Rich.
of will.
What's up, Rich?
What's going on, man?
You want a mic?
This is my third roommate. Not the one who got laid tonight, and also the one who did.
Yeah.
Well, but at least you didn't get in a fight with a girl tonight. So
Do you want to send a
Even
make
though
out
she
chair
was
with
pretty
me?
hot.
Oh, you missed that? Yeah. Oh yeah, D-Walk and Fernanda are like fighting right now. It's hilarious. They're like
She
they're
like-
like bitching at each other.
Yeah, she walked out with like her shirt not even buttoned all the way
Yeah,
up.
it was hilarious.
Am
It
I
was-
gonna have to
It
edit
was
this out?
pretty awesome.
Because we're
Man.
saying people's names.
No, it's fine. We're not
Okay,
saying
cool.
we're not saying last names. And I mean, it happened. Like they can deal with the consequences.
Sure. Yeah.
I got nobody that's gonna listen to this.
George, you want a little bit of a Smirnoff?
No, I'm good. I'm
I still don't know why, but oh, they were like, "Where's your fucking car, D-Walk?" Which was like the best,
And then-
the best quote.
And then she was like, whose fucking car is this? I was like, oh, that's mine. Do you need me to move it? I only got up just so I could try to talk to her some more.
Oh, what a bunch of dummies.
You want to sit in a make out chair with me? No,
No,
guess not.
he's gonna go play League.
It's not gonna happen.
League of Legends.
Is there drinks in there that I can have in that fridge thing?
There's
There,
fucking
yeah.
Smirnoff
There's beer and diet sodas in that mini fridge if you
Oh,
want.
diet
one.
soda.
Go for it, George.
Cool.
You get that. You get that.
Man, this might be
Beer
like
and
2
diet soda.
episodes.
I mean, if we do on SoundCloud, we can just upload as one because they don't have a upload limit.
That's true.
If we upgrade, get that sorted out. Diet Coke.
Yeah. It's D-Walks. Yeah, it's like a 50 cal bullet.
I want to play with it.
Oh, yeah, 50 cal on the side of a UH-60. Yeah.
I was like, nice.
It's not important to our audience.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Linkin Park. You know what?
Moving back, whatever.
I liked, or I used to listen to that my grandma wouldn't let me, or my friends' parents wouldn't let us listen to, System of a Down.
Oh, great band.
I really like System of a Down.
Everyone knows the wake up, put on your makeup. You wanted to.
Chop Suey.
Yeah.
Chop Suey. What's the other one though that everyone likes?
Ariel.
BYOB.
Waiting in my car.
Oh no, Hypnotize.
Yeah, that's a great song. I used to listen to that a lot.
I have a throwback playlist of all the stuff I listened to 2006.
My throwback playlist is mainly just Panic at the Disco, My Chemical Romance.
No, I got My Chemical Romance on mine.
Oh my god.
I got some. What is it? Bullet for My Valentine.
Yeah.
On mine.
Okay, you went a little harder than I did.
The demon.
What about you, Mark? I actually don't know what kind of music you like.
I like
in general.
I
now.
like System of a Down, like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Nice.
That's my
Blood Sugar Sex Magic is the best album.
Yes. Oh my god.
I've ever heard.
Actually, no. I'm pretty sure Californication is the best album.
You think so?
Any band has ever put out.
I just used to listen to Blood Sugar Sex Magic a lot. I still do. It's also on my throwback playlist.
Great album. But
Blood Sugar Baby.
Sex Magic.
Californication, I'm pretty sure I could listen to it start to finish without skipping anything over and over again for the rest of my life, and I'd be fine with it. It's that good.
Okay, the one album I could listen to front to back that I used to listen to front to back that I thought was good, that because most it's a lot of albums that have their hits on it and then there's a bunch of filler crap. 3 Days Grace, 1X.
Okay.
No,
all right, George.
I'm telling you. That album was really good. It was well written. Y'all don't remember songs what about the old stuff Home and I Hate Everything About You? So angsty, and it was
I hate everything about you.
I don't know why, dude. I used to listen to that all the time.
It's fine, I guess. I
no
don't know.
wonder you're depressed.
But that's not just casual listening music for me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
What about Fall Out Boy?
Fall Out Boy's fine.
Dance Dance, that album. Dance Dance. I like Sugar Going Down.
Yeah, see, I like that. I don't know. I'm really selective with Fall Out Boy. I'm more of a Panic at the Disco guy because whatever that first album was fantastic because they didn't put out that much that many tracks
Yeah.
They put out one album and then they did covers of a lot of other bands at their concerts.
Sorry.
What's the album called? The first one?
I don't remember, but it has the dun 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 dun.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking of Nightmare Review songs.
What about Aiden? I was super angsty and used to listen to Aiden. That sunrise.
Same with the first My Chemical Romance album.
Oh, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
Yeah, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge.
And then that I only liked a few songs off that one, their main ones Helena.
I actually like the whole album.
Really?
That's one that I can listen to start to finish. Some other ones that I can listen to. Well, what are some albums that you can listen to start to finish, Mark?
I don't think I can.
Really?
No.
You just don't have the attention span, or you just
I really don't have the attention span.
Or you just don't
anything.
like a band that much.
Both. Probably both.
What was the first CD you ever bought?
I've never bought a CD.
Really?
Wow.
I steal all my shit.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, not nice, you sinner, but.
I mean, it was easier when LimeWire and Kazaa were a thing.
Oh my god.
Dude, LimeWire.
Oh my god.
Man.
Just give every computer AIDS.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it. We have
I
free
remember
music.
one time we had a computer and we used it mainly for LimeWire and porn. And my uncle went to go get it fixed, and he was telling my mom, he's like, "Yeah, it was all the and we thought he was gonna say porn. Oh, he's like, it was all the music that were down there." I was like, "Oh, thank God."
It's so much worse. Yeah, it's like sharing fucking needles for computers.
The first CD, I bought 2 CDs. The first 2 CDs I ever bought were Blink-182 Greatest Hits and Green Day Greatest Hits.
Did you go to a physical store and buy them, or
Walmart?
Nice.
Yeah, it was Christmas one year. I got a CD player for Christmas one year. My mom sent it to me from prison.
Oh, that's dope. Fucking shit, that's so cool.
That my mom was in prison, or
Yeah, that's so cool, dude. That's so great. Super. No, fucking. Those are good albums.
But just because Blink-182, I used to listen to it with my cousin. My cousin Eric got me into a lot of music. Like we used to get these DVDs from Victory Records, like Victor VTV, and had like music videos like Silverstein, Atreyu. Oh my goodness, there's this one song. It's called Existentialism on Prom Night by I cannot remember the band's name, but it's like one of these songs I was like, every time I listen to it, I'm like, hell yeah, memories.
What band?
I don't remember the band, but the song was called Existentialism on Prom Night. It's on my phone.
Existentialism on Prom Night. That's a great title. I don't know the song, but you're gonna look something up. That's fine.
Existentialism on Prom Night?
Yeah. So I was telling him we used to get these like at a lot of concerts back. They used to give out like sampler CDs and DVDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
pretty common.
There's one by Victory Records, and some of my favorite songs are on there. "Smiled in Your Sleep" by Silverstein, "The Crimson" by Atreyu, "Magnolia" by Bury Your Dead. It was a pretty heavy band for back in the day. That Stray Light Run song, Existentialism on Prom Night, and so, and it's just like memories of oh my goodness, The Conscience, the something by The Audition, it's called The Conscience or something like that. It was really good. The music video was awesome. Like this guy, like they're in line buying like generic CD cover, and like everybody's wearing the same thing, and this guy falls out of line really stupid like, and then he like starts listening to this band, and then like the band starts playing, and everybody's just standing there all drone like, and this guy's like, yeah, and like he bumps into people, and like they turn into color, and they're wearing like punk polos, and like they start bumping into each other, all listening to it. And one of the girls on that music video I had the biggest crush on. When I was a kid, and it was like, man, I'm gonna listen to that on the way home. It's so good.
So like, do you think that that's what made you realize that you were actually interested in music, and that was something you could like get into,
like to play, or just like actually like listen to?
Because
yeah.
Because I feel like every person has like a certain moment in their lives where they realize that music is cool, and this is something that I'm into, and I'm into this type of music. And so like that was the moment like for you.
Yeah, like with my cousin Eric, because he would give me like these sampler CDs, and he got me into like Under Oath and As Lay Dying, and like into really heavy stuff. Actually, they're not even that heavy compared to like other heavy stuff.
Right.
But you know, I thought I was so like cool. I was like, I'm listening to this stuff nobody else is. Everybody's into like radio shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. I also
fucking plebes listening to the radio.
Yeah. And then me and one of my friends, he had a CD player, and he had like the split headphones that like go around your ear. Yeah. We used to listen to a burnt CD by the Scorpions, and we'd listen to Rocky Like a Hurricane and Big City Nights on the way to school every day. Yeah. And it was pretty awesome. And then he got the American Idiot album by Green Day.
Oh my goodness!
And we were just like, "This is amazing." You know what I mean?
It was like the best album for like every 13-year-old at that time.
Exactly. I was in 5th grade, I think, when it came out, and some bitch named Chelsea stole that album from him, and we couldn't listen to it.
Chelsea, if you're listening to this podcast right now, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Chelsea. You made bus rides boring after that. We had to go back to the Scorpions. Big City.
What about you, Mark? What was your like musical awakening moment?
The worst thing I ever used to listen to consistently?
Well, not worst thing, but what was the moment that made you realize that you liked listening to music?
Like especially like a certain genre.
I really liked Iron Maiden for a while.
Oh, that's fucking badass! Like, great band.
Yeah. I don't think it was really until I started playing like an orchestra, and like I like realized like, oh shit, these guys are each doing their own thing, and you can listen to their song and you can like pick out. Here's the bass line. Here's the fucking guitar. Oh shit, the drum's doing this.
Like that's what you liked about it, like picking out like the different parts.
I liked seeing how it all like came together.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's like a very like chef mentality approach to music.
Yeah. What's weird? I don't like people. Like when I talk to someone, what kind of music you like? Oh, I listen to everything. No, you don't. Do you really listen to everything?
Like Gregorian chants, you like?
Yeah, like Gregorian chants. Do you listen to like
country.
R. Kelly and then like next day you're like listening to Guar?
See, I feel like it's easiest for me to say that, but I narrow it down. Like I say, I feel like it's easier to say I listen to everything except, and then I eliminate some things like country music.
Yeah.
I don't listen to country music.
Except for like Cash, because Johnny Cash is technically country.
I would put him. I like classic country. I don't like new like pop country.
Yeah.
Can't listen to that. I fucking can't stand it. And
Big black lifted truck.
Yeah.
I hate that song.
Let me take you on a ride. I'm a big green tractor. Yeah, go fuck yourself. How about that? Why don't you just like lay down in front of your big green tractor? Stuff like that, and then like I honestly like I can't get into metal. I can't get into.
Oh really?
It's not my thing. Like I appreciate it like as an art form.
Go
like
fuck yourself.
like much more than much more than like pop country, but I can't get into it. It's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like rap. I'm very selective with it though.
Yeah, I'm very selective with rap too.
Yeah, I like rock. I like bluegrass. Bluegrass, great stuff. Like folk music that kind of like it borders on bluegrass, stuff like that. Really into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, lately I've been listening to like a lot of like pop punk, and then like just like I listen to like NoFX, like regular punk. Sure, and then I'll listen to like pop punk, like a few bands I've been listening to recently, like Neck Deep, Modern Baseball, Tiger's Jaw.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a very like obscure genre
Real
that
friends.
like where bands like that like a lot of people don't know about like really shine.
Yeah, it's like they're known, but they're not like making a lot of money. Like they're
exactly.
they're like on Warped Tour and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that's what's cool because that's like part of the scene. That's like part of the punk mentality.
Yeah,
is like fuck the money. Like we're just gonna like make music for the people that like it, and if you don't like it, fuck you.
Like pop punk, most pop punk stuff could be categorized into like. I love hanging out with my friends and like pizza's so pop punk and whatever.
Pizza.
Yeah, I don't know why pizza is like so.
I fucking hate that. Like people are like, oh, like you like this kind of rock, or what about like they get like super specific about the kind of music,
it's already like I used to hate it when people said I listen to screamo. I'm like screamo's not a genre.
It's not.
It's like I'm listening to like metal and there's like metalcore, like As They Dying is like metalcore and like August Burns Red, and then there's
that's just like the vague generalization genre name for like people who don't understand
music,
the different like types. Yeah. It is. Don't look at me like that, Mark.
Like one girl, I know we were all hanging out like after this event, and I was like, "Oh, what kind of music?" They said, "Oh, this is a lot of everything." She's like, "Rap and metal." I was like, "Oh, what do you listen to? Metal?" She's like, that song by Switchfoot? I was like, go fuck yourself. Jesus.
I thought I was gonna like judge you really hard for this story, but no, fuck that chick. Switchfoot.
Yeah, it was that one song that. Yeah, and
we were meant to live for so much more. We lost ourselves.
Another thing I don't like the type of Christian people who like they're like, oh yeah, like Switchfoot and Skillet are so like hardcore, and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, they're not. Stop it. I was at youth camp, 2011. It was right when I graduated high school. We who played Cutlass played, and people were starting mosh pits. Yeah. And I was like, this is unbearable. And people were like crowd surfing. I was like, ugh. It's just, I could go on about this kind of stuff all day, but
yeah, I know what you mean. My thing, like my kind of like awakening moment. I don't know. Hopefully the mic's picking this up. My like awakening moment for listening to music was in 7th grade. I had this. In 6th grade, he was a substitute teacher. I had a substitute teacher in 6th grade. His name was Mr. Cucaro, Carl Cucaro, and he was the lead singer for a kind of like pop punk band called Nothing Rhymes with Orange.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a great name, and they were really good band, and I remember he subbed for us, and he told us about his band, and like I went home and looked him and his band up, and a few of my classmates did too, and like we all became like huge fans of this band because like he was a super cool dude, very helpful teacher, like very encouraging to everybody, and he subbed for a while in 6th grade, like a week or two, and then in 7th grade we came back and he was like a full-fledged teacher, and he was my English teacher, and he really like helped me like see the value of reading again, and helped me like appreciate my own writing, and helped me see a little bit of like why it's cool to write, why it's cool to like make stuff up, and I started listening to his band more, and then I started listening to like related artists and stuff, and it just kind of like branched out from there.
That's cool that you got that creative part going with the writing too. Yeah, I noticed that you're a reader too, because I mean we just swapped books recently too and whatnot. Sorry if I'm cutting into this.
No, you're
but
good.
Also like it's weird.
You should read more, Mark. By the way,
I read a decent amount. Right now I'm reading Steven Pinker's Better Angels of Our Nature.
Okay,
it's more like a sociology-oriented book.
It's cool.
I
read. If you like stuff like that, I'll give you a book after this. Actually,
I probably won't read it.
You should.
I mean, I've been on this book for like 3 months now.
Yeah. Well,
it's like
I'll give it to you.
It's the same thing with John Michael McDermott. John Michael McDermott reads a lot too, and
yeah,
we were talking and stuff like that, and it's nice to run into people who actually read. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at work, people are like freaked out. They're like, "Are you reading a book?" Like, yeah. Like I don't know. Like, what do you? What else did you like? Did you not read? Like, I haven't read a book since like junior high. It's like how?
Yeah. How do you make it that far in life without like picking up a book, flipping through pages, like broadening your horizons? Like, okay, maybe I'm like way too like upset about this. And I don't like read books like
Have y'all read Game of Thrones?
I guess that's kind of what's keeping people together. I don't know.
You know what's funny?
I did read Game of Thrones because I wasn't interested in the series until my 2 roommates started watching season 6, and then after like season 6 episode 3, like every week they'd have people over here to watch the episode, and obviously I'd hang out just to be social, even though I didn't know what was going on. And I saw like 3 episodes, and I thought, man, I have to know what's going on. And then I started like watching it, and I was like, I don't have time to read the books. I have to catch up fast. And so I just like watched the episodes really quickly. I just binge watched that shit and caught up. And I'm really glad that I did, because it's a great series.
Really? Andy wants me to get onto it. Andy Gomez.
You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen anything of it. It's so far in. It's like
it's not too late to catch up, especially now that it's like off season.
I rent my stuff, and so it's always harder to find it online. No,
it's fine. You can say you like download stuff later.
In 6th grade, I got grounded from reading. Like I wasn't allowed to read for like a month.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I would read in class and not do any of my work.
Oh.
So like my teachers put a parent-teacher conference on ground game. They're like, we don't know how to address this, but he's reading too much, and like he's not doing his work. So my grandma, I wasn't allowed to go to the library for like a month, and it killed me. Like I was like, why can't I go here?
I kind of wish I stopped paying attention to my teachers a lot sooner than I actually did.
And it sucked out because like it sucked because like the librarians liked me. Like every time they would get new books, they would give them to me. Like, oh, here, read it and tell us how it is. And I'm like, oh, cool. So I get like all like the new stuff before.
That fucking Bluebonnet books. What?
Oh, dude, Bluebonnet books. Forgot about those.
Yeah, the accelerated reader program. Did you guys do that?
Yeah, we
like
did that.
AR reading, whatever.
AR, yeah.
And like you read it and then you like do the exams, whatever.
Points.
Yeah, I still hold the record for the amount of points in the state of Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Accelerated reader. Yeah. I can go fuck myself.
How many thousand?
You want me to do that, Mark? You want me to go fuck myself? It's fine. I can do it.
Did you get some toys at the end of the year?
I got some fucking free ice cream, and
hell yeah!
As like a 6-year-old, that's fucking primo shit, dude. I don't know. I wish that like I kind of agree with you. I wish that I stopped taking my teachers so seriously.
Question:
Sorry.
Who was there a teacher in your life that really changed your life? Besides, I mean, the one you just told us about, the guy in the band. Yeah.
Oh, a teacher that changed my life. Absolutely, and it was Andy Zappia. He was my pre-calculus teacher in high school, and actually posted something on Facebook about him today. It was something that he wrote.
He shared that long thing that you shared with him.
Yeah, he wrote it in my yearbook, and like when I was home like a few years ago, I was looking through like old stuff, like old clothes and stuff, trying to find something, and I came across my yearbook, and I opened it up and I read that, and I was like, holy shit, like this is like really, really good stuff. And no, he changed my life, because I remember in high school, I had some like math teachers that told me that I was really dumb and that I like shouldn't pursue advanced levels of math.
Oh,
and then I got him as a teacher, and he
seriously fuck any teacher who says that to a kid.
Well,
you know what I mean?
But I then I got Mr. Zappi as a teacher, and like, you know, apart from him being a great teacher, like we just like really got along well. Like we were like good friends, and he like really cared, and that made me like want to work harder in his class. And I told him, I was like, hey, like, you know, Zap, you know, this teacher I had last year said like, you know, I shouldn't pursue advanced math because I didn't do very well in trig. And he's like, oh, fuck her, like, basically. He's like, fuck her, like, you know, you're gonna be fine. I was like, as long as like you work hard in my class, and like, you know, we'll make that decision for ourselves. And like I actually ended up getting an A in his class because like I liked him, and I like gave a shit about the material because he was teaching it. And you know, I would just like hang out with him like during lunch and stuff when I was cutting weight, and you know, we would just like talk about stuff. We would like shoot the shit about you know, math, life, whatever. And he ended up like helping me prep for the SATs, and I ended up getting a perfect score in the math portion of the SAT.
Badass.
And just he taught me just so much about life. I was just like,
yeah,
I don't know, like whenever I had a problem, like in school, like if I was ever like at school during the day and something was bothering me,
that's super dope.
I'd like go into his room like at lunch. That's
super dope.
Super dope.
Super
dope.
Yeah. No, like even my senior year, like after I had already taken his class, I would just, you know, if something was bothering me, I would just go into his class.
Yeah.
And, you know, during lunchtime, I'd be like, hey, Zap, like, kind of having a tough time with this thing. What do you think about it? And, you know, he'd always, like, really put it into perspective. And, like, literally, like, one of the most important things I've ever read from someone was what he wrote in my yearbook, which is what I, like, posted on Facebook today.
I have to go read that back again.
Yeah, The Story of Life.
That's super cool. I'm
probably way too deep. That's probably more deep than what you wanted.
No. That's cool, man. Like I've had my fair share of teachers that I've liked for the most part. Like a lot of teachers that people in my school didn't like, I liked a lot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there's one of my math teachers, man. He was so cool. He was super good at what he did, and he would help me a lot. And like people like try to make fun of him, but he was so smart and funny with his quipbacks. People thought that he was dumb because that's how smart he was. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, Mr. Jensen's making y'all look like fucking fools right now. And it was the best. I loved it so much. What were we gonna say?
Nothing. I just want to see what like Mark felt about this.
So as far as teachers that affected me, I think there's two. My orchestra teacher who I was with for 7 years. Yeah. So he was my teacher in fucking middle school and then high school. Really? And he was like a really cool, open, honest guy. Whenever he had like personal problems in his life that weren't like too deep to share with people, he would try and like, okay, you guys, so here's the deal. Whenever you love someone, blah, blah, like that kind of shit. And he'd always come with like, he was really good at like coming with like metaphors and expressions for like, hey, this is why we have to go play this show because, you know, you can be like the greatest boxer there is, but if you never have a fight, it doesn't fucking matter. So it's like, that's why we have to do this concert.
That's pretty dope.
He was a really good guy. And then My senior English literature teacher in high school was really good. We actually read the first Game of Thrones book in his class. I think we read like 8 books the entire semester, which was like
nice.
And like I actually wanted to read them, not like other classes. Like, oh fuck, I'm just gonna spark notes this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck this bitch. And cunt.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything to please her. And he was just a cool guy, like really helpful, honest about life. Not like everyone else. He's just kind of like, I want to do my job, or I got to teach you these fucking tests or whatever I have set out.
Yeah.
Got to teach this test. He was like, oh yeah, y'all are seniors anyway, so let's just go ahead and get shit that's gonna actually help you in college done.
Heck yeah. My economics teacher my senior year, he was also like my homeroom teacher, and me and him got along really well. A lot of people didn't like him too much, but I liked him a lot. He was really cool. He taught me how to play bass, actually, for the most part. Like he was the one who started guitar club for after school, and I would bring my bass and he would bring his, and he'd teach me some scales and stuff like that. And it's super dope. And like during like the day, he'd play like, you know, orchestra music and like Beethoven and stuff like that. But as soon as like school lit out, we like go back to his classroom and he'd be like jamming like Pearl Jam and all this other stuff. And I was like, yo, Mr. Lumblade is super dope. He had 2 choices when he graduated high school. He got a full ride to college he wanted to go to, and then he got a 1-year study abroad program in Germany that he really wanted to do, and he took the Germany one, and he said it was one of the best experiences of his life. And it was super cool.
I think at the time, like, the really good teachers are what matters, but like in like retrospect, looking at it now, kind of the shitty teachers is like what I think of, like, in terms of, oh, I really don't want to be that. Like, I don't want to commit my life to something and suck that bad at it.
Yeah. Some of the better teachers I've had that I've really, really liked have been like history teachers, which is, I mean, since I'm going to go back to college, I want to, ever since, like, I've for the most part, I wanted to be a teacher. Like, that's what like my goal was before like I dropped out and stuff like that, is to be a history teacher, just because I think history is like such an overlooked subject. People are like, oh, it's so boring, it doesn't matter, but it does matter, you know what I mean? And a lot of my history teachers have been really good at what they do and really cool. And my teacher, Mr. Gilbert, he was loved by everybody, I think, but he was super cool, and he taught really, really well. Like, he'd be like, hey, this is what happened. And like whenever we were studying World War I, we did this really cool exercise where he like put our room temperature down to as cold as it would go, and would like, here, y'all are in the trenches, write a letter to you know what I mean, stuff like that. And
that's so fucking cool.
Yeah. And I'm like, sir, it's super cold. He's like, that's the point. And then my English classes, they would stop asking me to read, like, because we'd all like read in the class, and they wouldn't have me read because I read ahead of everybody. Because like I would just be like, I'm done with the book. What do I do? And they're like, oh, just find another book while we're reading it and stuff like that. So I read a lot throughout it. Like class, I always read ahead of everybody and stuff like that. So I don't know. I've had some pretty good teachers. I think I only had like one bad teacher, and I think it's just because she didn't know how to deal with the rowdy kids, so she let that affect her classroom a lot. So. Poor lady. Everybody treated her bad.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, teachers, we know y'all don't get paid shit, but we appreciate the good ones.
Yep.
That's super important, so you don't get a bunch of people that repeat the nonsense that's very uneducated, like the podcast.
Uneducated Statements.
Is that a sign you want to cut it off?
I mean, it's like 2 hours plus now.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
2 hours 15.
No, I think that was good, man. Like we covered a lot of good topics.
I think the last hour it really kind of defined itself.
Yeah.
We started talking about like music and teachers and whatever else.
Yeah, I think we got a little deep on that. That's fine.
You could probably split that up into two, part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, especially if we like don't get to like record an episode for a week. You know, we'll just do that. We'll just put the second half of this or whatever.
Yeah, do you wanna sign us off?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Hopefully we sound good. And this has been another episode.
Shitty.
This has been another episode of the Uneducated Statements podcast. I'm Andy Abode.
I'm Mark Joseph, and our guest today has been
George Delgado.
Thanks for coming,
so
George.
Awesome.
We loved having you.
All right, peace.